I've seen some people say I start late. It's like 3 seconds. It's like 3 seconds. I was gazing at some message on my WhatsApp here, and when I look up, I was like, they're telling me, hey, showtime, start. Yes, people, you ready for them? We ready for them. If you're ready for them, type, we ready for them. I've been seeing a lot of encouraging messages. A lot of people was telling me get well soon and hope you're better soon, because when I listened over last week's recording, I was like, ugh, I was sounding like I'm dying. I am alive and my voice is better. I am still not fully over the hill yet, but I'm much better than last week. This week, you all know we're going to be doing the NGSA. So hello to everyone who is here. I don't expect a full amount of students in today because we're just doing one specific country exam today. That's Guyana's exam. However, everyone else from any other country, Trinidad, Jamaica, Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia, every other country in the Caribbean with placement exams, you all could benefit from this. So you all can hang around and still share it in your groups, because it's mostly the same thing except the structure. In fact, I am sure any SEA parents, SEAs from Trinidad, SEA parents are going to be so angry when they see this exam that is given in Guyana. Don't talk when I do the Grenada exam. They are going to be angry because it is much easier than the monster that is SEA right now. SEA has transformed into a really challenging exam over the years. So SEA, I think, is the toughest in the Caribbean. So this one isn't as bad. Grenada PP probably isn't as bad as well, but I think Grenada is extremely easy based off of the samples and the past papers that we've seen from Grenada. So if you're all ready, I'll do a Grenada sample, maybe not this week, maybe the following week, but I have SCA exams to do as well. So you're running out of time. I have some unequal sharing worksheets to get done. So I'm going to do unequal sharing next week. I have an SCA sample to do, and maybe I'll do a Grenada sample so you all can see. So this is the NGSA sample. So everyone who hang on to your hats, we're going to see what this exam is all about. Here's how the instruction for the exam looks like. And there's a national mock exams that's coming up for a lot of you all. Everybody from Guyana, say hello. So we mostly would have students from Guyana here. Say hello. And if you're not from Guyana and you're from another country, feel free to shout out your country. What they're telling you here in the instructions is the usual thing, right? Your candidate number. And look at this, everybody. Look at this. There's actually a choice. This paper contains 6 questions. You're required to answer question 1. So you have to answer question 1. And then you must pick 3 of the other questions. You all hear what I'm saying? So there are 6 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're supposed to answer this question, and you have a choice with these. So I will double check to see if the instructions has changed for this year, but this is the instructions for NGSA. So in the end, you will only have 4 questions. So you can leave all the 2 hardest questions that you find. Very interesting, right? So at the end of the day for the Guyanese exam, that's their paper 2. They only do 4 written questions. You have 60 minutes, 10 minutes writing time. So you basically have 70 minutes altogether, an hour and 10 minutes. Make sure you write clearly, use complete sentences, write in the booklet, show your work in, look over your work when you're finished, and do not go away with any part of the booklet. So let's see what the questions are like. But before we do that, you know, we do the pre-shoutouts. Don't ask for any shoutouts now. I won't do any shoutouts for those who are asking for shoutouts now. I do it at the end. These comments are taken from the last YouTube video. So after the live is finished, the video is posted, and I just screenshot some comments. I got 90 out of 90 my maths test, 74 out of 75. Love the hats. Number 3, I did it already in practice test, got it correct. Shout out to me attending Holy Name Prep. So all of these people, well done. I'm seeing a lot of comments about people doing better in their exams, so you can feel free to let your parents send those messages. I covet those messages. It's very encouraging to see people who increase in their exam score just because of what we do on YouTube here. So, and some people, because they see the whole crowd studying, they feel more inclined to study. So please shout me out at the beginning and end of next session. I have been here since session 1, evening 2024, just turned 11 yesterday. So happy birthday, Ariel, or Ariel, birthday. Hope you had a good birthday and big shout out. So let's go. This is the first question. Zara used some buttons to make a sequence. So once again, this is a special session. It's dedicated to the Guyanese students. We're going to do a big session again next week for everybody. It's on equal sharing. So Zara used some buttons to make a sequence of figures which form a pattern. The first figure in the sequence are shown below. Study the pattern and answer the questions that follows. Draw figure 5 of the sequence. If you can draw figure 5, right, I can draw that. If you think you got what it takes to draw figure 5, I am seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the horizontal, I expect to see 5 circles like this. And then I'm seeing 1. Well, if I include this one, this is 1, 2, 3. So 3 on the ends, 4 on the ends. So I expect 5 on the end as well, including the circle on the horizontal line. All right, so you want to try and draw the best circles of your life for this exam. So yeah, this is how this would look. And then they ask you, which figure is this? Well, to figure out what figure it is, you just need to count the horizontal and it's linked to the figure number. If it's 2, it's 2. If it's 3, it's 3, figure 3. If it's 4 circles in a horizontal line, that should indicate figure 4. So we're just going to count how many circles in the horizontal line. I am getting 8, so that looks like that has to be figure 8. So some of you all did this one already. So there are different patterns that show up in the question 1. They have a strong habit of bringing these kind of pattern things in question 1, as you know. How many buttons will be in figure 10? Well, in figure 10, we expect 10 buttons on the horizontal, right? And on the end, we expect 9 going this way and 9 going this way. If you understand what I'm talking about, type I understand. You all understand what I'm trying to say here? Now, even in SCA and some other exams, there's a lot of these leaning towards pattern questions, these questions with patterns. So I kind of decode what's happening in the pattern here. And if it's figure 2, there's 2 this way, 1 on the ends. If it's figure 3, there's 3 this way, these 2 on the ends. I could say 3 if I include the horizontal as I did before. So I expect to have 10 as buttons. I thought it was circles. 10 buttons in a line, and then 9 this way, 9 this way. Or I can say 10 this way, but I'll be double counting these ones on the end, which I don't want. So the total, how many is the total? 10 plus 9 and 9 is 18. I expect 28 buttons. So how are we looking? What do you all think about this exam? What do you think about the exam so far? So here had a set of marbles which he used to make a design. Wait, did I leave out anything? Let's just make sure I didn't leave out anything. Normally they ask to describe the patterns. Normally that's one of the things. I'm not seeing that here, so I'll keep going. So here had a set of, read this question, otherwise I just look at this comment. Okay, so here had a set of marbles which he used to make a design. Let me just zoom in a little more for those of you who are using a phone. He used 2/3 of the number of marbles and had 14 marbles left. How many marbles did he use to make the design? He used 2/3 of the number of marbles and had 14 marbles left. How many marbles did he use to make design? So he had a certain set of marbles that he used to make a design. Used 2/3 and had 14 marbles left. So if he used 2/3, what fraction represents how much is left? So 2/3 is how much is used. So how much is left is 3/3 minus 2/3. 1/3 is left. 1/3 of the marbles is left. So now we're going to draw for our, our bag of tricks. Anytime we have a fraction representing a quantity, we can find the total. Anytime we have a fraction representing a quantity, we can find the total. So my goal is to find out how many is the total. I think that's my goal. So I found out, well, if he used 2/3 of his marbles, it means 1/3 is what is left. And this 1/3 is being represented by 14. So this is how we do this. 1/3 represents 14 marbles. So we'd have done this many times in the Sunday revision session so far. So the whole or the total, what do? What's the word? What's the word I told you all for this? What's the word? Flip it could work. I'm seeing some reciprocate is the word I'm looking for. So 42 marbles. Now, do we write 42 here? We can't write 42 there. How many marbles did he use to make the design? We actually don't want just the total. We want how many marbles he used to make the design. So those of you who understand fractions really well, I can say I've said 1/3 is 14, so 2/3 is 28 one time. But okay, fine. So I am simply finding 2/3 of the 42, which is, and I expect 3 to go into that 14 times, so 28 marbles is the answer. So what I was saying is he used 2/3, 1/3 was left. So if I had 1/3 represent 14, because this is 1 out of 3, I could have said 2/3 will be 14 times 2 quickly, right? So another way to work this is that 1/3 represents 14. Therefore, 2 out of 3 would be 14 times 2. I just multiply this up and get the 28, which I guess is what most of y'all would have done. So let's keep pumping, and that's the end of question 1. That was the compulsory question. So what we are doing right now is the NGSA exam, and I hope every one of our students from Guyana is ready for their mock exams. If you're ready for your mock exams, right, ready, I hope you're fully prepared. If you're on this channel, you would have been exposed to really tough questions, so you should be in a better position than most of the other persons who are going to do the exams. So look at the flowchart below. Here's another flowchart, fill in the 4 missing numbers. Now remember, I'm supposed to really pick 3 out of these remaining questions. 3 out of these remaining questions is what I have to do. Someone asks, what is the NGSA? That's the exam for, that's like the SCA exam in, I don't know which country you're from, most likely Trinidad. That's the SCA exam in Guyana. So there's nothing for me to see here. That's just, there's like an example. So it's like an example, 10 plus 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. So wait. What you're really telling me is that we playing games in the exam here now. We get a nice little fun activity to do in the exam here because this is real vibes. It's another flowchart. Fill in the 4 missing numbers. So the and 2 got something, divided by 3 got 25. That's our big hint there. That's our hint. That's our hint. And then we add 2. So I can add 2 to this and get 27 one time, divide by 3 and get 9 one time. So 25 plus 2 is 27. That's 1. And the next step is 27 divided by 3 is 9. That's mental. So 25 divided by 3 is, I can't use that. Why can't I use that? Why? What is the problem here? It's not that I'm getting a decimal, because I could get decimals in these questions. What is the problem? I'm going in reverse. Somebody said do the opposite. Very good. So I'm going backwards with the arrows. So it means I need to invert this operation. What is the inverse of division? What is the backwards version to division? It is multiplication. So I want to multiply by 3 instead. 3 times 25 is 75 all day, every day. So then I'll say 75 plus 2 is 77. No, I would have made the same mistake there if I did that. I am going in reverse of the arrow. So in reverse of the arrow means that I need to subtract 2. So this starts at 73. Now I can walk through my entire question, the entire flowchart, and make sure that I am cooking with Ramco gas. 73 plus 2 is 75. 75 divided by 3 is 25. 25 plus 2 is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. We have cooked. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cooked the question. Now, SCA students, I want you all to close your eyes. So SCA students, close your eyes for this part. You all don't get sets. I think Grenada doesn't get sets as well. I think Jamaica students have to keep your eyes open. I have to check back my syllabus. But I know for sure SCA students, close your eyes tight. You're going to see this in Form 1 in secondary school. So the elements of two sets A and B are listed below. Set A is factors of 8 and set B is factors of 16. List the elements of set A and B. So and here is the word for this symbol. This symbol means intersection, or and. It means it must occur in both of them. It must occur in both of them. SCA students are no peeking and their eyes supposed to be closed right now. Also, just kidding. If you're feeling super curious, you can take a little peek and see what's happening here. So set A, factors of 8. So let's list some factors of 8. Factors of 8 mean exact divisors of the number 8. It means numbers that can go into 8 without leaving a remainder. 1, 2, 4, and 8 are all exact divisors of 8. Please don't forget 1 and 8. Factors of 16 will be 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. All of these are numbers that go into 16 without leaving a remainder. So if we want elements that exist in A and B at the same time, so meaning don't just list everybody, it must occur in both of them, then we are looking at these guys. So answer okay, well, I think they just want us to list 4. Actually, I think I'm overthinking this question. I think they just want us to list the elements of the sets A and B. Now, if this is sets A and B and they left me with no prompts like this, I would have said A and B equal 1, 2, 4, 8. And is an operator in sets. So kind of weird how they say this. So they should have said list the elements of and put sets A like this, and then next part sets B to avoid that confusion. But fine, it looks like this is what they wanted. The set that is made up of factors of both 8 and 16. So we want factors of both 8 and 16. So this is what they are looking for. The both 8 and 15 is the point of intersection. That is this guy that exists in both 8 and 16. So the factors of both 8 and 16 is 1, 2, 4, and 8. So they still come back to bringing the intersection here. But I guess they struggle to find a nice way to phrase part 1, which is a little weird. That's their fault, not your fault. All right, so we're going to keep moving. Look at the symbols below. Look at the symbols below. Use the most appropriate symbol. Shout out to all of the followers on this channel from Guyana. You can feel free to shout which region of Guyana you're from. I've been to, I think, 3 regions in Guyana. Guyana is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. So I don't think I would ever visit all the regions. Use the most appropriate symbol shown above to complete the statement below about set A and set B. All right, so what is happening here, people, is that we have some symbols to choose from. SES students, are your eyes closed or open? Are you still peeping? Just now, they had open back all your eyes. So we have people from region 6, region 5, different regions from Guyana, region 3, region 4. These symbols mean something, students. This symbol, what do you think this symbol means? This symbol, this is going to blow your mind, right? This symbol means equal. It means equal, kind of like equivalent, equal, right? And this symbol means is a member of. So a member of, so like a number 2 is a member of the factors of 8. This symbol means is a subset of. This symbol means is a subset of, which means it actually lives in the other one. For example, I just asked you all to give me what region you all are from. So let's say you are in Guyana. I need to go get a map of Guyana. You all are coming back just now. I'm coming back in a few seconds. Let me go get a map of Guyana. Map of Guyana. So what's going on with this map? Why they saying it about disputed region here? I know Venezuela trying to pipe piece of Guyana in Venezuela. Venezuela getting on bad. Right, so look, I get any numbers here. Y'all can see some people said different numbers. I was drawing Trinidad, but it wasn't coming out too good. So this is Guyana, and Guyana has a few borders where like Suriname, Brazil, Venezuela. And I can see region 7 is a subset of Guyana. You understand? Because region 7 belongs in Guyana, or region 1. We need to tell Venezuela. Region 1 is a subset of Guyana. It belongs to the Essequibo region. Where's the Essequibo region? That's 1 and 7 belongs to Guyana. So the reason is because it is inside of Guyana. You all want to see it with numbers? Maybe you want to see it with numbers. For example, I can have something like a full circle, and in the circle I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What are those numbers? What are those numbers? Those numbers are even numbers between 0 and 10. Now, if I told you to make a set with 2 and 4, I could just create a nice little circle like this, and 2 and 4 is now living in the even numbers. 2 in the even numbers set. It is a subset of that bigger set. So I hope that making some sense. It's a very simple idea. A very simple idea. So we can see from our set A, set B looks like this: 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. And I can actually put set A inside of set B, because set A has all the numbers, all its numbers from set B. There's a difference than something like this. Like if I had like maybe 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 6. This is like factors of 6. 3 and 6 would have to be on the outside. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this is like factors of 6, how it would interact with factors of 16. And this part here is called the point of the region of intersection. Very different. So 1 is actually a subset. So anyhow, all of that old talk was just to say the best symbol to put here is subset. A is a subset of B. Now, for those of you all who haven't seen sets in your life before, don't worry about it. You'll get introduced to that in Form 1 when you reach secondary school, and hopefully you get through to the school that you want to go to. So we're moving on to number 3. In the diagrams below, the perimeter of the triangle is half the perimeter of the rectangle. Calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. So what is the perimeter? So we're back to easy things again. The sets question is actually pretty easy as well. So those of you who say utterly confused with sets, that's a whole class on sets. Don't worry about it, SEA students. I told you all to close your eyes. That is not coming for the exam. 7 plus 7 plus 8. So this is 14 plus 8. Not NGSA students. NGSA students, make sure you know that that is coming. The perimeter of this is 22 centimeters. We added up all the sides. By the way, what type of triangle is this? And then the perimeter of the rectangle must be 2 times So calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. Rectangle equals 2 times the 22, which is 44 centimeters. So we back to coconut Ramco gas, and it is an isosceles triangle. What else do they want? Find the length of the rectangle. Well, we can do some quick maths in that if this is 9, this is also 9. So 2 times the width is 9 times 2, or 9 plus 9, which is 18. And if I subtract 18, I should get the two lengths. The two lengths is going to be 44 minus 18. So I'm taking my time with that subtraction. I'll get the 3 there, bring across this 1, regroup this 1. 14 minus 8 is 6. So I'm getting 26. That means this 9 and 9 adds to 18. And when I subtract it from the perimeter of the rectangle, which I know to be 44, I still have 26 remaining. So this 26 must be split evenly among the both sides. So what do you think the length of this rectangle is going to be? You guessed it, you got it. I'm seeing some people put it. So the 2 times the length is 26. So 1 length is 26 divided by 2, which is 13 centimeters is the answer. So moving right on along to part B. So how is this session going to be divided? Well, there's a paper 2 and a paper 1. So we're going to do paper 2. We're going to have our mini break here. And then we're going to do paper 1. Now, SCA people probably say, what? They get 2 papers. Well, the 2 papers are not as difficult as the big 1 long paper that SCA students normally get. So you have, I gave the introduction to how the papers work before. So you could always watch that over. Paper 1, can any students tell me what type of questions you get in paper 1? You're supposed to know that. What type of questions can you expect to see in paper 1? That's why I'm saving that for last. A bag has 50 marbles of 3 different colors, red, blue, and green. Half the number of the marbles are red. 15 are blue and the remainder are green. I think I got missing there. Yep, you get multiple choice questions. So half the number of the marbles are red, 15 are blue, and the remainder are green. How many green marbles are in the bag? So red is equal to half of 50. 50 is the total. 50 is the total. So the fractions questions are not that bad. We generally don't get monster fraction questions, but we still get some of the remainder ideas and things coming across here. These questions, over time, the examiners keep evolving it into very crazy questions for 11-year-olds, and I think SE is in a spot where the examiners are coming up with. They're doing a little too much. Between me and you, they're doing a little too much. Half the number of marbles are red. 15 are blue. So we can just write blue is equal to 15 and the remainder are green. So the remainder, so far, I have 15 blue plus 25 red, which adds up to 40, right? 10, bring across to 1, 40. So if the remainder are green, this remainder has to be 50 minus 40 is 10. So the number of green marbles are 10 green marbles, which is this is how fraction, this is how these remainder fraction questions used to come back in the days, right? Like straightforward like this. But now if you watch a SAV or the remainder fraction questions, the average Trinidadian, I'm not talking about 11-year-old, I'm talking about any year-old, can't do it. I've given some of the questions to my AdMath students and they're like, sir, but I teach you differentiation and leave that for the SA students. Express as a ratio the quantity of red to blue marbles. Ratio just means you're going to put 2 dots here and I'm going to put how many red and how many blue. Now you always want to break it down as small as possible. So red would be 25. Look, it's right over here. Blue will be 15. It's right over there. So red is 25 and blue is 15. So we want to express this as a ratio. So red to blue. So this colon 25 colon 15. Now you can almost think of this like a fraction where you are allowed to find common factors. 5 can go into this 5 times and 5 can go into this 3 times. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 5 will go into this 5 times, 5 will go into this 3 times and put back the colon. What I'm doing is reducing it. So I'm expressing it as a ratio in its lowest terms because that is just good manners. I want to have good manners in my answers. So 5 colon 3. And we move on to number 4. Let's see how fast we're ripping through these questions. And once again, here we have, now this is common nearly right across the Caribbean. When you reach a certain spot in the exam, they're going to make you draw these kind of things. And this is be like a nice little relaxation. A relaxation. So let me go and hit them this relaxation question here. Bang, 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 bang. So you all understood what I did? So it's like you count 1, 2, 3. Count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm targeting the vertices, guys. There's a vertex here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you're just playing a beautiful game of connect the dots. When you're doing this question, you watch your friend, you smile. Your friend watch your next friend, and they smile. Everybody just, life is fun. Life, we just having the time of our lives in the exam room here. All the questions should be like this, why we can just connect the dots to all the questions. Let me just make sure we lose no marks here. Check it over, make sure it look good. Try and figure out what it's looking like. It is looking like, I don't know what it's looking like. Maybe it's looking like a manta ray or some kind of thing like that. I don't know. And then we keep it pumping. Find the value of the angles marked with a letter in each of the diagrams below. This is the next thing that is fleshed out a little more in NGSA. This is angles in a triangle. So this isn't fleshed out that much in SEA. In SEA, we more focus on north, south, west and east. That's an N. We build our angles question off of that. There is a little more geometry here. In NGSA, we can go deeper into triangles and stuff like this. But it's simple. It builds its idea off of that. On a straight line, all the angles must add up to how much? 180 degrees. That's like you turn a straight angle. You turn 180 degrees, 2 quarter turns, you turn a half turn. So if this is 120 degrees, I expect this missing angle here to be 20 plus 60 would add up to the 180 degrees. And also you should know that in a triangle, all the angles in a triangle also add up to 180 degrees. So armed with that information, let's go see if we can solve anything they want us to solve in this question. Oh, by the way, it is an isosceles triangle. So 115, A must be equal to 180 minus that 115, 180 minus 115, which is 65 degrees. What I'm saying is that this whole thing adds up to 180 degrees. So this missing guy is 65. Now, because this is an isosceles triangle, the base angles in an isosceles triangles are equal. Now, this is something you need to know for SE as well. So if they happen to tell you that this angle now is 65, once these two are equal, it means this is automatically 65 as well. So this is 65, this is 65. How do you think we're going to find that final angle up in the rooftops there? How do you think we'll figure out what B is? Well, remember all the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So far, I have 65 plus 65. 6 and 6 is 12. So 65 and 65, I expect 130 degrees. The 5 and 5 will make an additional 10. So far, I have 130 degrees. So the missing angle, which is B, must be 180 degrees minus 130 degrees, which is none other than 50 degrees for that part. So somewhere along this, it's only one mark, but somewhere along this, when you're doing this in secondary school, you should write the ideas that you borrowed from to solve the question. So angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, or supplementary is a fancy way to say that. And angles in a triangle also add up to 180 degrees. So these are the ideas that we use to solve this question later down in the paper. And it's a very, very, very popular question, number 4, triangle geometry. Once again, this is something that every student across the Caribbean should be able to do. The idea is that if you turn completely around in a circle, you would have covered 360 degrees. So if you went completely around a circle, you started here and you walked around in a circle, or you turned around like this, I spin around and come back to you, I would have turned 360 degrees. So missing, I would just need to add up what we have so far. 135 plus 45 plus 67. So that's 17 and 1, and we have 247 degrees so far. So missing is 360 degrees minus the 247, which is going to be 113 degrees. We have some people already pulling out that answer out the hat, right? So Kari, so shout out to Sakari from my class. So you have some very brilliant students in the NGSA class in the student hub, and you're doing really good. So all right, so missing 113 degrees, and we keep pumping. Kelly bought the haversack shown below for 3,600. So cost price of this bag is 3,600. She sells it to make a profit of $720. All right, so this is the cost price and this is the profit. Now, if they ask you the selling price, we already know what to do. How many of you all already know what to do? If they come with any selling price thing here, we ready for them? We ready for them. If they only bring out that selling price, we ready for them. Oh gosh, they bring it up. They bring it up. What is the selling price of the haversack? What is a haversack, boy? A haversack. That's a special type of bag. What is a haversack? Why they didn't say Jansport? What is the next bag these students are buying these days, boy? Expensive bag. Playground. Playground. All right, it's a haversack. So the selling price is always the cost price plus the profit if there's a profit. So this is going to be 3600 plus 720, and a lot of people are saying it's going to be 430. Or it's not playground, it's playground. Hear me, playground. Sprayground. Yeah. Sprayground. All right, Alia. Sorry, I don't know the back in my days was Jansport was the back. So 0, 2, 3, 1, 4, 4320. $4320, and we cooking with Ramco gas. So now we keep it pumping. We want the profit as a percentage. So this topic is called consumer arithmetic. So the percentage profit is always the profit over the cost price, and they give you that hint there, multiplied by 100 over 1. So you're gonna take back that 720. Excuse me, and we're gonna put it over the 3600 and multiply by 100 over 1. Cross. Cross. 36 can go into 72, right? 3, 6, 10, 2 times. 36 going to 72 times, so you have 20. So the answer is 20%. There's an extra 0 there that wasn't crossed out. So that's 20% is the answer, right? And we pumping. So far, rate out of 10, how much of this paper you understand? NGSA students only. If you know you're doing NGSA exam, rate out of 10, how much of this paper you understand? Feels very fair. So this is the average NGSA question here. If you want to see me do more of these questions, you can go to my channel, search Kerwin Springer on YouTube, and then search NGSA. I actually did 2 more videos just like this last year at the ending of November. How many of you all were there for those videos? And we had a good bit of students there as well, around the same amount. And we went through NGSA paper 1s and paper 2. So you can get a little extra practice at how we do this. So yes, my YouTube channel is actually bigger than this channel that has 140,000 subscribers. I'm just doing a lot of work on this channel now. So look at the advertisement of sales below, 4 pencils, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me go and see what's going on here. Mr. Melville had $44,000. He spent 3,000 on books. How many books did he buy? Well, 1,000 equal 5 books. So 3,000, I am seeing that there's a factor times 3 here. So I can immediately say this is 5 times 3, 15 books. I don't need to get too fancy with this. I can always do a find for one process or see how much times 1,000 going to 3,000. It's 3 times. So I can show how I get this factor 3. But it's 5 times 3. It's going to be 15 books. Next. Mr. Melville must buy 100 pencils. How much money does he need to buy the pencils? Well, 4 pencils is equal to $100. If I had to buy 1 pencil, that will be 100 divided by 4. I found for 1. Unitary method. So after finding for 1, I can find for anything. 100 pencils will be the 100 divided by 4, which is 25 by the way. And I multiply that back up by 100. So I will get 2500 as my answer. Is that making sense to everyone? Or dollars as the case may be. 4 pencils is 100 and I want to figure out the cost for 100 of these pencils. So 1 pencil, this by the way, 100 divided by 4 is secretly $25 watching us there. So I know this is 25 multiplied by 100. Just add up back those 2 zeros when you multiply it by 100. And my answer is going to be 2500. All right, let's keep pumping. That was it. Question 6, we are on already to the last part of this exam. Oh, what do you think? How do you feel about this exam? Pavlov recorded the number of people. Pavlov? Research that name there. Who is Pavlov? You know, some kind of scientist with some dog and some kind of thing. And if the dog's ringing a bell or some kind of thing. Yeah, I think he rings some bell with some dog. Yeah, something. And they could go and research that later. But anyhow, apparently Pavlov is counting cars today. So Pavlov recorded the number of people in each of the 24 cars. His results are shown. So Pavlov is taking part in a branch of mathematics called statistics. And let's see what we're going to get with this Pavlov statistics here. What are 6 people doing in a car? How can 6 people fit in a car? That's a special type of car. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people normally fit in a car. So he not only counting cars, apparently counting SUVs and 7-seaters and maxis and things maybe too. But anyhow, we see some numbers here. This is what we call our raw values. They haven't been processed yet. Those are Pavlov's raw values. Hold on, we're not done. We need to find the remainder. Oh! So yeah, the question carrying as a story, I left out something. I just found how much for the 100 pencils and I didn't write the answer. So thank you. So I can't write it. I can't just take my 2,500 and write it here. Why? Well, it's a story. The question is a story. And according to this, he had 4,000. He spent 3,000 on books. And he needs to spend 2,500 on the pencils. So I'm not finished yet. So that's my bad. I wasn't finished. So we have 2,500 to be spent, but 3,000 of his dollars already gone. So remaining after the Ruby episode, after the books episode, he only has $1,000 remaining. So my boy trying to buy 100 pencils and he needs $2,500. So he needs, I need to do another subtraction, 1,500. Thank you so much. I saw, guess who I saw commenting there? I saw Sakari commenting that we're not finished yet. So I had to come back and check that question. So now I can make my guy happy. Right? Hopefully he looks happy there. He looks kind of, you look like you have it all together there, but you're happy now. So what I left out was that I figured out how much for the 100 pencils, but Hugh only has $4,000 and he spent $3,000 already on books. So he only has $1,000 remaining. So he needs some more money. So he needs 1,500. And I think that's what the question was aiming at. How much more money does he need to buy the pencils? Very good. Very good. Are you paying attention? So let me go back to Pavlov and we need to complete this tally chart. So the best way to do this tally chart is to take out your pencil and very carefully, don't do this. Let's tell you can't see the one again. But give it a little cross just to make sure you don't double check things like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, close the gate, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. So with that, you're kind of sure that you're not going to make any mistakes. If you want to check the tree, maybe you'll circle the trees to make it a little, just to add some variety. So far I circled 3 trees. And that was it. The 2s were already counted. So let's get the 2s out of the picture. The 2s were already counted. Is there anyone else to count? No, everything else was counted. Oh, so easy things, man. So what is this number? 8. This number here stands for, well, they will tell me what will go in the yellow spot, whilst I figure out what will go in the. What trouble is this, boy? How it are the same 2 numbers here, boy? They could add some, there may no varieties, the spice of life. Oh. So it's actually the same 2 numbers, and I'm not going to wait for it to tell me what it is. Oh yes, there it is. There it is. 5 and 5. Thanks, Sophia, Jada, Michelle, Stacy, Luke, all of you guys, Fahan. So we get through the. What next? Each of the 80 pupils recorded the name of his mathematics teacher. That is it. That's it for Pavlov and Nikas. I thought they'd give Pavlov a better sweat than that. Pavlov barely get to kick the ball and they take him off and playing on the bench. So each of 80 pupils recorded the name of his her math teacher. The number of pupils taught by Mr. Singh and Ms. Prasad is shown in the bar chart below. So let's see how many people were taught by Ms. Prasad. I didn't read the question yet, but my curiosity has been triggered. This is a number that's between 16 and 20. Can you all tell me how many people are taught by Ms. Prasad? And Mr. Singh, how many taught by Mr. Singh? So we get 18 here, and right, the in-betweeners, they're giving me real plenty of the in-betweeners, that's 14. So why is somebody telling me 15 by? How that looking like? That looking like 15, tell you? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself. So how many more people are taught by Ms. Prasad and Mr. Singh? You see? I know how I have to do it. So Ms. Prasad is 18, Mr. Singh is 14. So I could clearly see, excuse me, that it's 4. 18 minus 14 is 4. How many more? Difference? 4, right? 15 pupils were taught by Mr. Smith. Look over here. Twice as many pupils were taught by Mrs. Brown and Mr. Jones. So we're going to come back to earlier. Let me just deal with Mr. Smith. It sounds like Mrs. Brown and Mr. Jones in a kind of fractions ratio situation there. But we will deal with Mr. Smith first. 15 for Mr. Smith. What? Then want me to do that 15, my wickedness. All right, let me show you how a professional can pull out this 15. Let me show you first things first. You see how it have one block between the bar graph. Everybody pay attention to this because this is upset all maths teachers soon. You see, you will come and make the one space there. Who tell you to come and switch the size of this bar graph? Always be doing things just to upset people. Anyhow, So 15, watch this, I'm about to show you all a piece of magic trick here. 14 is here and 16 is there. So 15 have to be right in the middle going across here. So I wouldn't put these dotted lines in the exam, but they wouldn't give you any licks or anything if you put it. It's okay, it's fine if you put some nice little dotted lines, but you don't need to. I wouldn't put it. And then I would draw this up going up to the top there. Draw this one up going up to the top here. You see, understand? Again, it to reach the 15 mark. And after that, they will smile and watch it so. But then I'm now going to take my pencil. I'm speaking to somebody's soul here. I'm now going to take my pencil and spend 5 minutes of my life making the darkest shading I could ever come out with in the universe for this thing. So why am I doing that? I'm not even feeling the shade that, people. I'm not even feeling the shade that. I leave in that just so. If you feel an urge to shade, please use some decent cross hatching like this. You don't need to take a pencil and make the whole thing pitch black. And then we're going to go to all right, time to deal with Mrs. Brown and Mr. Jones. Mrs. Brown and Mr. Jones. So I'm supposed to put 2 times as much for Mrs. Brown and Mr. Jones. For example, if I want to put 12 for Mrs. Brown, I have to put 6 for Mr. Jones. Now, I can just come and make up my own numbers. I have to figure out how to get the actual numbers, right? So, I will not do that. Well, I think they may have given us a total somewhere, so I'm going to check back the question. Yes, there it is. 80 students, 80 pupils. So we're getting a little sneaky unequal sharing coming in here. A little sneaky unequal sharing. So let's see if we can figure out what's happening here. This is 14. This person gets 18. And this person gets 15. So far, how many do we have? We have somebody with a odd number again, and I can sense it. We have 14, we have 18, and we have 15. So this looks like a 7 with a 1 coming across here, 47. So far, we have 47. I say that, and Deborah Batten say that. We have 47. You see Deborah in the chat saying 47. So how many missing? Missing should be like 33. 80 minus 47. Let me see who's saying 33 now. 33. I saying that, and nobody else is saying that. Nobody else. Me alone saying that. Jada and Deborah. Deborah and Annie and them saying that too, right? So 33. So okay, here the scene now. Here the scene. Unequal sharing for this. Jones and Brown. So let's put them in the same order that they are here. Jones here, Brown here. Mrs. Brown needs to have 2 times as much as Mr. Jones. So how many parts you all think that is? That's what they said, right? Mrs. Brown has twice as many as Mr. Jones. That's 1, 2, 3 parts. So 3 parts must be equal to 33. So how much is 1 part? 33 pupils. Well, 1 part would be equal to divide by 3, 11 pupils. So it means Mr. Jones, who has 1 part, will have 11, and Mrs. Brown, who has 2 parts, will have 11 times 2, which is 22. So I told you one of them is going to give me an odd number again, and it turned out to be good old Mr. Jones. 8, 10, in between 10 and 12 is 11, so I'm going hunting for 11 here, and I think 11 looks right about in the middle there. How is that curved? Right, come down. Must say this bar graph is starting to become more and more attractive. And then I'm going all the way up to 22. And if you understand this right, I understand in the chat. Because do you know what we just did? I know what we just do. Your paw supposed to be raising. We just finished the whole paper. And we do 2 extra questions. Because remember, when you're doing this paper, you're supposed to leave out 2 questions. You're supposed to leave out 2 questions. You're only supposed to pick 3 of the questions out of the remaining 5. So this exam would have finished a long time ago for the average student because you wouldn't have done 2 questions. So this is how the NGSA paper 2 looks like, and it's 1:55. We're about to go on the break. But before we go on the break, let me just say a couple of things. Firstly, tell me how you're going, all you're feeling, the energy, all right? I am feeling hungry. Before we go on the break, you know what, I'm going to say nothing. I'm just going to show you all the first two questions. This paper has 40 multiple choice questions, and we are going to eat this up at lightning speed. We'll probably be going at a rate of maybe one question every 30 seconds. So we're going for a speed run. You'll ever play a game before and do a speed run? You know what is a speed run? We are about to do a speed run of this. But before we go for this speed run, before we do this speed run for the multiple choice, this is the second paper, 40 multiple choice questions. It's time for the break, but you're not getting a long break. It's 1:56 where I am, 1:56 p.m. So you have until 1:59 p.m. So you know what you're supposed to do during the break. You're supposed to touch your grass, go take a drink of water. Excuse me, bathroom breaks. Any bathroom breaks, you use that bathroom breaks. In the meanwhile, let me just talk to the people in the chat. Somebody is talking about free fire. Somebody talking about 10 minutes, about 10 minutes break. What if he listens, why? If he listens school, if he listens recess, somebody going to roll a fruit, or they still rolling fruits. Touch grass, touch some grass, speed run. We're going to do the first speed run. So we're going to speed run this paper, right? We had to go and check out the playground bags. And listen, go to the back of the class. go to the back of the class. Roll a fruit thing. All you can't be playing games in the break because look, 1 minute done gone in the break already. You have 2 more minutes. You're going to eat a snack. So go and eat a snack. Nah, I had to do this maths hungry. We're going to do some hungry maths. Speed run. Hashtag speed run. So we're going bishops with you. Somebody sent a post, one of the comments that I think, and they asked me about coming to their school. When my assistant showed me how many schools I have to visit in the next few months, was kind of daunting. But you could always message your student hub, your teacher or your principal message your student hub for school visits. So I know March is basically filled. I may be in one of the islands in March as well. So my favorite game is ABC Simulator. I have no idea what that is. So I see your brother. Yep, I have 2 brothers. I know one of them went to school in my stead. What's the time now? Is it ready for class time to start back? Fortnight. Best YouTube teacher like that. Blocks, fruits, speedrun. Not doing any shout-outs. I deliberately skipping questions that say shout-outs. So I got 70 to 75. I'm doing the shout-outs at the end. 1 more minute. Tycoon Roblox. What's up, people? Hello, Sherelle. All right, I'll do this person because it says their birthday. So hi to Janelle Hamid. It is time. You all see the time? We're ready. We're ready. So, by Sonia. We're ready to start back. So tell me, what is the answer here? What is the place for speed run? Speed run, everybody. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, prepare for the first time on YouTube ever a speedrun of the NGSA Paper 1, which is the multiple choice for NGSA. Please share the link with all your friends. Press like on the video. When you press like on the video, that means we'll get extra boost for the speedrun. So they say. So press like on the video and let's get going. So you all have to help me with the speedrun. Type the answer as soon as you see it. If you're new or wrong here, you need to type 1 dash and then put your answer, right? 1 brackets, then your answer. Put the question number, then your answer. All right, the speed run begins now. What is the place value of the digit 6 here? This is definitely in the 10th position. No, sorry, 10th, hundredths. This is not ones, this is tenths, hundredths, thousands. So it's in the hundredth position, not hundreds. So we are going to go for D as our answer, right? What is the result of 8 plus 16 divided by 4 minus 3? But mass comes into play, so we need to do the division first. 16 divided by 4 is actually 4. So this is actually 8 plus 4 minus 3. 8 plus 4 is 12, and 12 minus 3 is 9. So the answer is 9. So be careful with this question. We have to do the 16 divided by 4 first. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 minus 3. But mass. We have to do division first. 5.4 minus. So once again, we do our subtraction first. 4.73. And then we'll get ready to add. So cross 4, 1, 3, cross. So this is 13, 10. So 7, 6, 0.67. I could have just watched the answers and come up with this. I'm so vexed because of that. These are the answers, just preposterous. Or it could be them other answers, they're too big. So next time I'm watching the answers for clues. So 7 thousands, so you out. 5 tens, so you out, you looking good. 200s, the answer is D. This is expanded notation with words. We just condense it into the numerical format there. So in which of the following options are the numbers arranged? Hey, stop putting random letters in my chat. You need to put 5 and then put the letter. Don't just throw no A and B and C. I don't know what you're talking about. Which of the following options are the numbers arranged in order from largest to smallest? Largest means start with the biggest one. I find you looking real good. Let me just go with it. So I forget to add 6.29. Oh, I forget to add. Oh my God. And I get one wrong. You see what you do when this speed run? 6.7, 0.67 plus 6.29. 6.29. I get distracted. That's my fault. 9 and 7 is 6.96 C. The answer is 6.96. Wow, they had an answer waiting for me here when I finished the brackets. No, and this is a mistake that I wouldn't make in an exam if I doing it solo, but talking as a teacher, sometimes you just forget things. So I apologize there. Apologize. No, speedrun must continue. Now, watch out for any more mistakes. Hopefully I wouldn't make any more. So wait, I need to double check this. I just select this randomly. Now, use smaller than you. Use smaller. We're going from largest. Use too small. So the answer is indeed A. The answer is 4.01, 0.41, 0.401. So good. So we're going from smallest. Now this had a problem here. This is 0. So this is like 40 and this is 41. The tenths has more value than this position. So although this looks bigger, it's not bigger than this, right? This is actually 410. So 410 is bigger than 401, obviously. The following diagram shows 4 cards, P, Q, R, and S with a digital 4-digit number on each. Which of the following groups of cards are arranged so that the place value of the 3 is in ascending order? Wow. So we want the 3 to go into ascending order. So smallest, next one, then this one, then this one. So this to this to this to this. P first, then S, then Q, so D. The answer is D. 6 is D. So we keep pumping. If P equal prime less than 10, then the elements of P are prime numbers that are less than 10. Prime number, a number with only 2 factors. Number that can only be divided by 1 on itself. So 1 is not a prime number. 1 is not included in prime number. It only has 1 factor. 9 is not a prime number, so the answer is A. 9 is divisible by 3. The product of the prime factors of 18 is 18. So if you get all the prime factors of 18 and you line them up, there's something called prime factorization. It will bring it back up. So like, for example, 2 by 3. Let's break it down. So let's say 2 times 9 and then 2 times 3 by 3, right? Which are the following? Now, this question a little iffy. This question a little iffy. I don't know what to say about this question. So I don't know if it's whether they're going with it. The person behind this question need to explain himself. I don't know whether I'm allowed to have repeat factors, because this is prime factorization. There's something called prime factorization. You break down a number and you will always multiply back to get back the number. So that's why I immediately circle 18, because if you break down a number with its prime factors, you'll get back 18. But now that I've seen that it has repeated factors, I'm thinking maybe they're trying to do a trick here with this, and maybe they want you to circle B, like 2 times 3 is 6. So I gotta chalk up this one to issues, because I'm feeling strongly like the person who make up this question wants us to do B. I kind of understand what they're coming with. So this question slow me down because I'm not too sure. It's just a kind of bad question, right? So, but I'm feeling like the person wants us to do B. Which of the following numbers is a common factor of 24 and 36? So let's get back up some speed. 12 can go into 24 and 36. So let's just go with that. 8 can go into 36. 24 can go into 36. So let's just go with B, 9B. The Vindra pulled a number from the bag. The number was most likely. This only has multiples of 3 in it. So 7 and 6 is 13. So this doesn't work. We're adding up the individual digits to see if they're divisible by 3. 8 and 9 is not divisible by 3, either 9 and 2. So 7 and 2, it makes 9 when I add it up. So this is the answer. So the number is most likely 72. So you actually needed to check all of these solutions here and see which one of them would have given you the best answer. So if X, you're looking at number, this was basically a divisible by 3 test. And there's a shortcut for that. You add up the digits, right? We spoke about it already. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which of the following sets is equal to X. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. There we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is equal to X has the same numbers. It's a little messy. It's mixed up, but it's still equal. Still equal. If you take $100 or $20 and you turn it around, it's still $120, right? So if M is 11, 13, 17, 9, then the best description of this set M is odd numbers between 10 and 20, 11, 13, we're missing 15. So I don't think this is the best. Even numbers, obviously not even. These numbers, none of these numbers are even. Prime numbers greater than 10 but less than 20. This sounds really good. Composite numbers have multiple factors. So the best description is this. We know it's not odd numbers because 15 is missing. 15 is an odd number and it's missing. So they're looking at prime numbers really here. So the answer for 12 is C. Speed run, so we can't spend too much time musing over our answer. Which 2 numbers will correctly complete the pattern above? I don't even know what is the pattern doing. I guess it don't matter, right? 2, 9, 9. I guess this needs to say 2, 9, 9. What is this? 1, 2, 3. Is it that simple? What really happening here? This feeling too simple. Feeling like somebody going and jump out and surprise me and say, It feeling scarily simple. I am afraid. So okay. So I think this is the answer for this. What is going on here, boy? This is some special part of maths that they never teach me yet or something, like something has changed here or something. I don't want to believe it's this simple, but let me just keep pumping. 2, 9. Oh, I did I circle the wrong thing? 2, 9, 9. I'm looking for 2, 9, 9, right? 2, 9, 9. That looked like a 9 to me there. 299002, 299004. So I don't know what's going on with this question. Maybe this question is the what do you call it when you mix up numbers? Dyscalculia. This question. is probably from that kind of exam to test to see if you have dyscalculia. And I think I may have that slight, very slight. These two missing numbers in the sequence below. So we multiply by 3. What multiplies by 3? 9. 9 by 3. 27 by 3 is 81. 81 by 3 is 200. And yep. So 9 and 81 will go in here. We're back on our speed run after the scary number 13. In his last CPL matches, Prem made what that comma doing there? Oh, I thought that was 3,750, but it is 37. So, all right, so I don't understand. He made 37, 53, and 60 runs. What does this mean score? So we're going to add up speed run. So I'm looking at 140 runs, and I want 140 divided by 3, which it just isn't working out. So I may have made a mistake. 7 and 3, 60, 6, 5, 3, 4, 10, 15. 15 divided by 3 is 50. So he averaged 50 runs. A. All right, so 37, 53, 60, 10, I'm going to say 70, 10, 1, 4, yes, 150. The following table shows the number of runs Martin scored in 5 cricket matches. The number of runs he scored in match 5 is missing. If the average run Martin scored, they're trying to slow down with speed run here. You feel like those, you are realizing they're trying to slow down with speed run here. If the average run Martin scored for 5 matches is 51, how many runs did he score in match 5? So 5 matches, 51. So the total is always the number by the average. 5 by 5 is 25, and 5 by 1 is 5. So I am expecting 255 when I multiply 5 by 51. So far, what do I have? I have to be careful with this addition here. They're trying to slow me down. I have 10, 13, 235. Y'all can double check that for me. And he's supposed to have 255. So that's missing 20. I'm missing 20 to go up today. So my boy, he scored at 20 runs there. He scored at 20 runs. So 16 is that. Let me double check. 6 and 4 is 10 and 5 is 15. Bring across the 1. 6 and 4 is 10 and 1 and 14. 1 and 1 is 2. So I'll leave out this one when I add in. And then the 1 comes here. So add a 10. So let's just shift this up. Speed run, you see, I'm making mistakes when I'm doing things mentally. So 5 by 51 is 255. And when I add it up all together, I get 245. So when I subtract 245 from 255, I get 10. And that feels good. A red flag at go off when I do this part. All right, so we keep on bumping. Question 7. We first see the following bill, which shows the amount of money Mrs. Singh spent on some items. 1 skirt, 1 pair of shoes, 2 blouses. Do I need to get the total? How much money is Mrs. Singh spent on the item altogether? I want to know why they give us 2, 1, 1, but I guess they're not interested in any of that. They just want us to add it up. So more addition. So this test is all about addition, because I feel like all I'm doing all day is addition. When you're doing addition and a speed run, you gotta be extra careful. And a few times you could have bounced with 2 here. All right, 75. So that's an next 25, and we're gonna bring a 1 there. 6, 7 and 8 is, well, 7 and 7 is 14, so 15 and 5, 20. So we're bringing a 2 here, 10, 10, don't forget to add that 2, and 10 and 1. So I'm expecting 21, bring a 2 here. Hold on, let me see if I get the answer already. Yeah, I get the answer. Wait, I get the answer already. 9106.25. I could have stopped when I get the 0.25. Okay, I keep my eyes on the multiple choice here, the solutions, and 50, 75, 25 for sure. So I know the answer was D. They catch me there, boy. They catch me. Okay, I didn't bound to do all that addition. So when converted to an improper fraction, 5 by 4 is 20 plus 3. That's 23. That is represented by 23, 23, 4 into 23, 5 remainder, 3, 5 and 3/4. So they're just making sure you can do a little go from mixed number into improper. Taisha spent $36 to spend on the student hub. Maths handbook, each book costs $6. And who make the student handbook so cheap? Who come up with this question? Report to me one time. So we must be making a serious loss in every handbook we sell. This is not the price of the student handbook. How many handbooks can she buy with her money? So 6 and 1/3. So you want to see how much time 6 and 1. I just feel in 5 is a good answer to put here. I don't know. I just feel in 5 one time. Well, let me check and see. 6 and 1/3. 6 and 1/3 by 5. I know it's not 6 because 6 by 6 is 36, so it has to be it has to be less. And 6 by 5 is 30. And 1/3 by 5, because it's 6 and 1/3, it's 5/3, which is like about 1 and a little bit. So that's why I immediately just pick 5, and I don't need to divide it and find what it is. Once 5 works, it works. This is 30 and 5/3 is less than 36, so it works. Khadija bought 3.5 yards of fabric to make curtains. She wants to divide the fabric into 5 pieces. So for different section of curtain, what fraction of fabric did Khadija originally have? Originally, something wrong with this word here. I think they want to find out what fraction she needs to make the curtains. Right? So the word originally here is a typo. Anyone of the tutors or teachers here who have this question? So y'all can double check this question. Anyhow, so let's keep, so that originally have there's a little issue. So 3.5, 3.5 is the same as 3 times 2 is 6, 7/2. So I want 7/2. Just checking the answers to make sure it doesn't mean anything. Yes, 7/2 divided by 5. So 7/2 divided by 5 is the same as 7/2 multiplied. Oh, that changes 72 there, right? 7/2 multiplied by 1/5. I just reciprocate and change it to multiply, which is the same as 7/10. D. So the answer is D. All right, so there's a little issue in how this question was worded. We're halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. How are we going for the speed run? 21, which 2 lines in the diagram above are perpendicular. Perpendicular lines go straight up like this. So this is one, and this is one. BE or EB. Vertical lines go straight up. I apologize. I humbly apologize for this. Vertical lines go straight up. Horizontal lines go across. Perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees. And one more. Parallel lines never meet. Perpendicular lines form a 90 degrees angle. So I don't know what got over me to say that before. So perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees. When you all meet me up in CXC, we'll discover lots of beautiful things about perpendicular lines and equation of lines. But for now, we're actually looking at lines that meet at 90 degrees. Thank the Lord it didn't have any vertical or parallel lines here for me. I might get this wrong. Speed run. So this teaching us a lesson in over going too fast and not paying attention to the question. BE, BC, and CD. The first one works. BC and CD. So I need to check all of these. AB, nah, I've done wrong already. DE, and BC, no, those parallel and horizontal. DE and EC, no. So the answer is A. The answer is A. Everybody's cool with that? Horizontal lines. I don't like how my horizontal lines are looking too horizontal. Let me just straighten up these horizontal lines. They go straight across. Vertical lines go up. Perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees or a right angle, and parallel lines never meet. Let's keep pumping. Which two lines in the diagram above are parallel? So they just immediately test us on that. A, B, and B, C? No. Let me just highlight them as I talk about them. A, B, and B, C? No. A, E, and B, C? A, E, and B, C? Also no. They're not parallel. D, E, and EB, those are perpendicular, so no. So it has to be this one, BE and CD. So these are parallel to each other. They never meet. They run parallel to each other, right? 23, 5, 20. All right, so we're going from that now. 5 out of 20 expressed as a percentage is the same as 1 out of 4 when I break this down. So that's a quarter, and a quarter as a percentage is 25%. And we keep on pumping. 24, the average of 7 numbers is 32. The 6 numbers is 156. So the sum of the 7 numbers is 7 times 32. We did one just like this already. 7 3s are 21, so 224. So the 6 numbers, so far, altogether, these 7 numbers actually make 224. And if you add up the 6 numbers, you get 156. So the missing number is 224 minus 156. So 6 from this is 8. And when 15 from 21 is 6. So we have 68. The answer is B. Hold up. Could I have done this without just watching that? I could have just watched the answer. I keep forgetting it's multiple choice. You could watch the answer to kind of gauge what the number is without having to do the subtraction, which is a technique that comes in really good in maths and CXC. 2 stones A and B have a total mass of 60 kilograms. If stone B is 20 kilograms, what is the mass in grams of stone A? So 60 minus 20 is 40 kilograms. And 40 kilograms as grams is 40,000 grams. So the answer for 25 is D. Well done, Amelia. We keep on pumping with our speed. The area of the rectangle is 36 centimeters squared. So we need to divide to find W. The width will be the area divided by the length. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. And of course, that's going to be in centimeters. So we keep pumping. 27 in the box of 56 marbles. 32 of them are purple and the rest are red. What is the ratio of the number of red to purple marbles? 56 minus 32 is 14. 14 and 32 make 56. So who is red? This is purple. And this is red. The ratio of red to purple, red dot, colon, purple, 14, 32. Who is red? 32 of them are purple and 24. And what is the ratio of the number of red to the number of purple marbles? Why I can't keep track of what is going on? So 32 are purple. 56 for 3 from 5 is not 1, is 24. Red. So red to purple. All right, good. Well, this should work out now. So 24. So let's see. How many times does... Well, we could try 8. 8 will go into these numbers. So 8 will go into this 3 times. 8 will go into this 4 times. So 3/4. So the answer is 3/4. So we did some ratio before already in this live on the paper 2. Let's double check this. I'm feeling the heebie-jeebies. Life is my hunger acting up here, boy. 56 marbles, 32 are purple. The rest are red. I minus 2, 6, 4, 3, 24. Red to purple. 24 to 32. Right. Okay. My brain started back working. So Mark bought a pair of jeans for 1,000 because the jeans were damaged. They were sold at 10% of the cost price. What is the selling price? So 10% off of 1,000 is going to be $100. That's quick maths, right? So 10% of 1,100. If I subtract that, I will get $900. So that one is very easy. 29. Ryan buys a clock for $80 and sells it for $100 profit as a percentage. So his profit here is $20. It's sold $20 more expensive. So you're going to say 20 out of 80 multiplied by 100 over 1. Once again, we are getting visited by this quarter fraction, which is 25%. And we keep on pumping. Number 30, we're nearly there. We're nearly there, folks. A box of sweets can be shared equally among 4, 5, or 8 persons. How many sweets are likely in the box? When you see a question like this question is testing these 3 letters, L, C, M. You have to look for the LCM of this or continuing multiples of the LCM. So 4, 5, and 8 can all go into 40. So the answer is 40. That's the first number that all of them could go into. 8 can go into 20. So the answer is 40, the LCM, the lowest common multiple. So when you see a question like this, before you start to overthink it and do all kind of fancy trial and error things, just think LCM. 31, James bought a belt and a wallet, lowest common multiple, right? The wallet costs 4 times as much as the belt, so like this is like 4 belts. 2 wallet is this. How much did he pay for the belt and the wallet? So we need to see how many times 4 can go into 1800 to find out for the cost of the belt. So I'm getting this number, 450. Yeah, for the cost of the belt. So altogether, when I add this and this, watching the answers, this looks like the most logical answer there. When I add the cost of the belt, 450 plus the 1800. We keep on running. This is a speed run. What is the size of angle M? Here we are again minusing all the angles that we have. What is it looking like? It's looking like a 65 or 47. What is smelling like, Charlie, boy? Smelling like a 65, you know. Let's check it. Let's check it to make sure. 6. So that's 3. So when I subtract 3 from 0, I will get 7. So it's a 47. I was getting the wrong smell earlier. It was 47. It's 47. So what is this? This is going to be, what, did I get a 1 coming over here? So this is 1. Yeah. So 313 from 360 is 47. So I was getting the wrong smell earlier. Don't worry about that. So PQ, that's Mahanga. POQ, you all know what I did, right? 360 is all the angles in a circle, in a full circle around a point, all the angles. So I add up these and I minus from 360 and I got 47. But I was looking out for the shortcuts. POQ is a straight line and the sides OP and OR are equal. OP and OR are equal, so that makes it an isosceles triangle. So this is the same thing like what we did before, where we're going to find this angle and then we're going to use a little trick to find out x. If RQ is 78, well, if this is 78, this is 102. Because 102 plus 78 will make the 180 degrees angle, which is a straight line. And if this is 102, these two missing angles are equal. So all the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So it means 180 minus the 102. I'm back to the 78 now. It means that these two angles must add up to 78. So x is equal to 78 divided by 2, which is, can you see it in the answers one time? I'm looking at the answers now for shortcuts. Yes, it's there, 39 degrees. B is the answer. So we keep on pumping. We on to number, what type of triangle is POR? It's an isosceles triangle. Two sides are equal. Two sides are equal. That's none other than isosceles. That was a free mark. Apples are sold wholesale, 3 for 200 as shown below. A jinka Anybody know this name or know a friend this name? Because I'd never seen that name in life before. Buys 18 of the same apples and sells them at 3 for 600. The amount of profit he gains. All right, this have a lot of working in it. So let me take my time with it. 3, 200. 18 divided by 3 has a factor of 6. So therefore, 18 will be 200 times 6 will be $1,200. Then, so this is the cost price for the 18 apples. Then, so 3 for 600. But how many apples we have? We have, I cannot do this faster than this. I waste a whole lot of time on this question. Anyhow, so we have 3 for 600. So let's go work out everything. If 3 is for 600, when I'm working out 18, it's going to be 600 times 6 is 3600. Not this answer, not this answer. I need to actually subtract to find the profit. 3600 minus the 1200, which will give me C, right? 2400. So I could have worked it out faster because 3 for 600, 3 for 600 and bought 3 for 200. The profit on 3 is 400. And if there are 18 apples, I could have just multiplied this by 6 and immediately get to the answer there way faster. I only saw it when I was doing the whole question. So there's a faster way to do the question. I hope you all saw that. Paula stands. We're really going on with this. This have a lot going on. So apparently Paula is standing in a spot here and everything located at 45 degrees. So instead of north, south, west and east, and in between northeast and thing, they're given the names police station, library, and all these other sorts of sorts. So let's see what they want us to know about this. Paula is facing his school. Here's Paula facing his school. She turns to an angle of 135 degrees. Stop, stop. In case you're getting frightened, 135 degrees is 45 plus 45, which is 40. You all know how much 45 is, right? Half of 90. This is a 45, 45, and another 45. So 135 is 3 times 45. So NGSA students, you all need to know this. So which of the following places does she now face? Clockwise direction, so I went in the right way. She is now facing the playground. Is there any more from this? No, that's it. That's it for this question. Let's keep going. Which of the shapes below correctly matches its properties? P has 5 faces. No, 1, 2, 3 faces. So this was out. L has 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is out. N has 5 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 8 edges. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. 5 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So N is good. M, 4 faces. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just the faces alone help to disqualify all the others. The answer is C. We down to the last 3 questions. At the theater, movie ended at 23:30 hours. The movie was 2 hours, 15 minutes long. At what time did the movie start? So 23 minus 2:15. This is the end. This is the duration. We want the start, so we're going to minus. We will get 15, 1, 2. Bang. C is the answer. And last 2 questions to go. I hope you all are feeling good and ready to go and sleep or eat or roll a fruit or whatever it is that I have to do next. R measures 10 centimeters by 8 centimeters. If the perimeter of R and S are equal, then the area of S is, hold up, one is a rectangle and one is a square. The perimeter are equal. They're not drawn to scale. Don't worry that this one looking smaller. The perimeters are equal. So 10, 8. Somebody asked for a break before the last question. No, we in a speed run. There are no breaks in a speed run. So 19 and 20 is 39. 39, yeah. All right, wait, stop. 16. 8 and 8 is 16. Why did I say 8 and 8 is 19? So 8 and 8 is 16. Oh, you see a short circuit in here. So 8 and 8 is 16, 136, right? Good. And then the perimeters are equal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So 4 sides is equal to 36 because their perimeters are equal. So this 4 sides here must be equal to 36. So one side is 36 divided by 4. 4 goes into 36 9 times. So immediately I'm circling this answer. It just looks really good. The area of S is 9 by 9, which is 81. Last question, ladies and gentlemen. Refers to the following pictograph which representing number of letters. If 25 letters were collected on Saturday, you see how I read it fast? You see? 25 letters were collected on Saturday. How many more letters were collected on Tuesday than on Saturday? So Tuesday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and a half. Hold up, I need a little key here because no key. So I need a little clue then. Where's the clue? 25 letters on Saturday. All right, that's the clue. So 2 and a half mean 25. 2 and a half mean 25. So 10 and 10 and 5. All right, so I was able to logically figure that out. If not, you would have to divide 25 by 2.5, and you can also see that that is 10 if you're good with your little divisions and thing, and you know what's going on there. So every one of, I am going to put the key since these people decide to leave out a key. I is the key man now. This is equal to 10 letters. Look at me. I am the captain now. 10 letters. So how many more letters were collected on Tuesday than on Saturday? So this is 25. Tuesday has 10, 10, 10, 10. So this is 40. So Tuesday, 40. Saturday, 25. Subtract the difference. 40 minus 25. 15. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just completed the NGSA maths exam. We have done a paper 2 and a paper 1. It took us basically an hour and 37 minutes. I speed through the paper 1 at basically a minute per question. And the paper 2, I kind of take my time and talk through. And I did all the questions in the paper 2. So this is the exam that all our Guyanese subscribers, all our Guyanese students in the student hub, all our, if you're just from Guyana and you're just having fun watching the channel, watching me do these questions, this is the paper that you are going to do if you are a parent and you're looking on Trinidadians, Jamaican, Grenadians. This is what your friends in Guyana is going to do, so you all can keep them in your prayer. The exam is a little later than the all the other exams in the Caribbean. I may do one more of this right before the NGSA exam. And next week is unequal sharing. Now I keep saying I need to advertise this. I only advertise the first session. I need to advertise that we're going to do unequal sharing because so many people have problems with this right across the Caribbean. So we're going to definitely do this unequal sharing next week, God willing. And what else I need to announce, boy? Well, you know what time it is. It is shout out time. We have reached to the point of shouting out. And I'm going to, this is a speedrun shout out. Next time I'll go back to my longer shout outs. But I am hungry, so I am going to leave in 1 or 2 minutes. So, yeah, this shout out going to be a speedrun shout out. Let me show you how we're going to do this shout out. Bang. That's one. So, big up Dinesh, Tiffany, Kadeem. Next week is SEA now. Next week is unequal share. Hey, you're not paying attention now. Shemaya, Caitlin, Shemaya, and this person, Nicholas. And here comes another boom, bang. All right, if you already make the cut, don't go back your name again. By the way, shout out to Zakia from Tobago. Shout out to the student tab, Caitlin, Katie, me and my friend and them, Giovanni, Zara, Amelia. I beg, you don't need to. I can imagine Amelia by the screen. Oh my gosh, please, sir, please, please, please. All right, Amelia, you make it. I have French, Jada, Skylar, and we have space for one more screenshot. One more screenshot again. Bang. Here we go. This is the last shout out. Hey, let's see who makes the cut. I just want you all to know that Aziza is saying goodbye to you all. Bye, Pookies. Bye, Pookies. Shout out to Miss Samantha, St. Ursula's, Miss Samantha, Miss Lucas. These two are from the student hub. And well, I guess St. Ursula's as well. Hey, you are the best online teacher. Thank you. You make me happy. Taisha, this is my student. Boy, Taisha, what's up? Taisha is a brilliant student. Joseph Sami, Luca Moore. I feel like I saw this name over and over. Well, anyhow, me, shout out, Justin Ramsamuj on the inside. Me, Jawara, Dingba, St. Joseph, Boys Irish School, Katwaru. Joseph, you make it in here already, yeah, Joseph there. And Jeremiah. So y'all, this is the end of today's. This is a speedrun shout out, end of today's shout out. Next week we'll be back to our big session. So I think we'll be back to the 1,000 next week. That's when we have everybody coming in. I know some people will probably say, well, I'm not getting tested at NGSA, so I'm out. So we'll be back next week doing some unequal sharing. And I want to meet with a couple of students right after. So what is going to happen is a couple of students are going to get to come on my live stream. So is the student here? So maybe next week I will do that. I will coordinate with student. If you're here, what needs to happen is that you need to message the admin and they will give you the link. So next week I'll do it with that student and some other students as well. And what will happen is, do you know I can bring students right here on the screen and we have a little chat and talk about the exam and talk about exam stress. But I have a student who really wants to come on. I have the parent permission already, so I need to get a couple more of y'all and permission. So that will most likely be students who message the student. We can talk about exam stress and all kind of thing. And I can give you all some tips. You all can let me know, give me some feedback on what is happening in your school. And you can chat with your favorite YouTuber in the whole world. So anyhow, love and blessings, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Right, so what will usually happen is that I'll be on the screen here and the rest of them will be right here. The students, maybe I'll have like 4 or 5 of them right here. Pew, 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 pew. And we'll be able to talk, right? So if you have your camera working, message your student and we'll see what we can do. Love and blessings, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. See you when I see you.